Hey everybody, QG here. I cannot believe I'm looking at this right now, but Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2 seems to be a legit thing. Now, people who are familiar with my channel and the videos I've been making would know that I took a little break to work on a passion project of mine. This is not that video. This just happened to come up today and I'm really excited about it, so I wanted to go ahead and make a video on it now before I forget to, or, inevitably gets officially revealed. So, yeah, Nickelodeon All Star Brawl. Oh man, I was a huge fan of this in 2021 and still am to this day. I was all over the Discord server. I was all over the Smashboards. I made the main Smashboards forum for the game. Like, I was heavily into Nickelodeon All Star Brawl's community, like just discussion-wise for sure. And I was so hyped about it, and I ended up really loving it a lot, and I still do. But it seems that we're finally getting a sequel or a follow-up game, and we finally got some bigger leaks to really give us a good direction of what's to come. So, the first picture here we got is, there's a lot of meme stuff covering it, but it's a picture of Danny Phantom with much better and more accurate proportions and facial features and just general design features, it seems, compared to the first game. And it looks like he's holding some type of sword. I assume this... I'm not super familiar with Danny Phantom as a show, but I assume that's not his. I assume this is like some item of some kind. The next picture we have is this. Okay, so we get two pictures of like a glimpse of the actual main, like, presumably box art for the Switch version. You can see like a little red X in the top left corner here. You can see like a little M. That's probably for a trademark or something. And it also looks like we have genuine game models being used for the cover this time. So we have front and center here, SpongeBob. No surprise that he's back here. Definitely with a new model as well. He's got like belt buckle straps now. That's definitely a new feature. Not something I think you even see in like typical SpongeBob, the show, I don't think. We have Jenny. Looks about the same as far as I can tell, which is fine because she looked great in the first game anyways. We have Raphael, who was not in the first game, so that's the first newcomer we can talk about here. So Leonardo and Michelangelo and April and Shredder were the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle characters that were in Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 1, but a lot of people were not too happy about Raphael and Donatello missing the cut. So, with the confirmation here of Raphael seemingly being in the game, it's probably safe to assume Donatello is going to make the cut too, and that we are going to get a full TMNT team alongside April and Shredder as well. We also have Patrick and Cora here off to the side. We'll get a slight better look at them in a second. But the bigger thing I want to talk about here is Vlad in the top here. I mean, I'm almost positive that's Vlad. That can't really be anyone else. Very interesting that he's like so imposing on the box art like this. It's also very, very cool that a Danny Phantom character, especially a villain of all characters, is just like here so prominently. I don't remember the last time Vlad himself took on like an actually antagonistic role. The last time honestly might have been like Nicktoons Unite, or like the kart racer that had the Nicktoons Unite's villains in it. I can't remember the last time Vlad was actually in a Nicktoons game in any playable capacity, assuming he is playable and not like some, day one pre-order bonus crap or something like that. I don't think they'd do that, but you never know. But yeah, Vlad, awesome pick. Very glad to see more Danny Phantom characters seemingly in the game. Would totally be okay with more, but if Vlad's the only one we get, that's awesome. And then the second picture we have here, oh boy. So this one, you can see that this is where SpongeBob's boot is, as well as, Patrick here. So we have the Nickelodeon All Star, a little cutoff here. And then in this one, we have the end of the Brawl part but we don't actually see like what comes after. We don't know if it's 2. We don't know if it's some other tagline or something like that. I mean, people are going to call it NASB 2, but it could be a different name altogether. So SpongeBob would go here. That's Cora. You can see her leg here. Can't really see a lot else of her, but, you know, she's here, so it's nice to see confirmation of her. Patrick is rocking a brand new model for sure. His eyes is probably the most notable difference, seemingly having like brownish, amberish pupils now, instead of the big puppy dog eyes he had in Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 1. And for whatever reason, unless it's just the way he's positioned, might not have like the purple flowers on his shorts. This could just be a box art issue and not an actual in-game problem. Then we have Jimmy Neutron in full glory. It is great to see him again, and it's great to see him finally get a second game now where he actually looks good in a game. It's crazy. The character that's kind of known for being one of Nickelodeon's most prominent 3D animated shows finally looks good in a 3D game. Like, it's so weird. I don't know how it took him so long. And yeah, I mean, he looks great. I don't really have anything to comment on. It's just a really good model of him for once. Like, it's surprising that I have to say for once, because he should have been the easiest transition, but he's not, apparently. Not the only thing we have to discuss here, though. We also have 2 other characters to talk about, that being Garfield here, who was in the first game, but it's nice to see him front and center on the cover, presumably in the game at launch this time. And we also see the top part of what is no doubt Squidward's head. You can see like the kind of teal-ish, or not teal, more like aquamarine-ish color of his head, and then like the little dots he has on top of it as well. That's definitely Squidward's head for sure. That's a meme. But yeah, this is the new stuff we got as of now. And the best part is that this isn't even the full, like, box art. Oh, right, there's one other thing, which is this star here. So, there is 2 possibilities here. One possibility is that this is related to Fairly OddParents in some regard, whether it's part of Cosmo or Wanda's wand, a part of a wand Timmy uses, a wand, like, effect for one of them, or the much more likely answer is that this belongs to April, because her attacks do involve stars and there are points where they can be purple. So I think it's much more likely that this is confirmation that April is coming back, more so than it is confirmation that we're going to get Fairly OddParents, especially since whether or not we're going to get Fairly OddParents seems to be pretty up in the air overall. That's pretty much it for, like, new stuff that we know now. However, there is other previous leaks I can go over here real quick, such as this one, which is a couple more, like, bigger, detailed pictures of Squidward, seemingly in Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2. These were leaked a while ago, like, back in late last year. So there was some progress being made already, it seems. And like, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's pretty safe to say that that's Squidward. I mean, just look at him. Like, it's gotta be him. And of course, all the poses and stuff here look great. Like, Squidward's model looks perfect. I don't think I'd change anything here. And then the other cool one to bring to note is this, which shows Patrick's newer model, and we of course see that he does still have the purple flowers on his shorts. We see like a new launch effect of smoke and stuff, which is cool. But we also see Patrick using his home, which made a lot of people think that maybe we're gonna see an actual Final Smash-esque type attack. I think it's possible. I think it's gonna be more in the line of like how Brawl did Final Smashes, where some were like maybe cinematic and then others were more move around, hit stuff, like that type of deal. That's what I imagine Patrick's here is just running around with his giant rock, smashing people with it. But But yeah, if that's what this ends up being, that's going to be super cool, and I really hope that is what's going to happen with there. The last thing we can cover, which I don't know if this is from today, but does seemingly come from like legitimate credibility to some degree. So this came from El Tigre's creator Jorge Gutierrez from his seemingly Instagram story. Someone asked any plans for something related with El Tigre, and he says, quote, art of book is coming, Mayberry Tigre characters coming to a certain fighting Nick game, and maybe when I one day leave Netflix he could return, who knows. First of all, awesome to see that El Tigre has like a legitimate chance of returning at some point, but also is, you know, the obvious, which is maybe Tigre characters coming to a certain fighting Nick game. What other game could he possibly be referring to other than this one? I mean, like, it's gotta be, you know, it's gotta be NASB, right? I mean, it can't be anything else. So, as far as the plural, I imagine it's more like El Tigre himself as a fighter, and then other characters cameo, like, on his stage, or something like that. I don't think we're getting, like, more than one El Tigre rep, or anything crazy. Aside from that, though, I mean, it's kind of just down to typical speculation, but what do you guys think? I am super excited for this game, and I'm sure by the time this is, like, uploaded, we're already going to be finding out more info about it, maybe through official sources this time, preferably. We'll see. I imagine if the box art is ready to go like this in this state, then we've got to be close to a release. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out this year. It would be following the typical patterns of Nicktoons video game releases under Game Mills Publishing, that being a sequel every 2 years. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to keep an eye out for more Nickelodeon All Star Brawl content in the future, because it is absolutely coming. I love this series. I love Nickelodeon. I love fighting games. I love platform fighters. I am absolutely going to be making more videos on this topic, so please stay tuned for those. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Share with your friends. Let them know. Comment down below what you want from Nickelodeon All Star Brawl 2, what you're hoping to see, what you're expecting to see. And until the next one, peace.